Work on this Centurion. I already did one mod to it, and I think I'm only going to do that one for now. And basically that's the ability to take the barrel off. So it just goes on like that now instead of locking. And I'll show you where the locks were in this thing. Let's see here. Let's see, where is it? Usually there's two on the bottom right here on each side, and then two up top as well. So you have to fully open the blaster the whole way, and take those out as well. And also in the barrel itself. Is it in the barrel or the... Well, no, it's in the barrel of the, I guess, adapter on the main blaster. I don't have the pieces anymore because I was cleaning today, but there are two pieces that go around this part. You can kind of see where it used to be. Wait, is it on here or on here? Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna open up the front end barrel real quick, and I'll show you where it was, because it's kind of hard to see. I mean, just in plain sight up close, and you guys are viewing it through the camera. So, but when you take this apart, make sure you mark where all the screws go. That's what all these are in here. There are a lot of them. And they're some different sizes, two big ones, and there are a couple of really small ones, and then all the rest are pretty much the same size. Just try to keep them semi-organized. If you have to, or if you can actually, if you can, leave them in the blaster and then just put it to the side carefully so you don't spill any of them. If you can't, I mean, me personally, I like to put them in this, and it reminds me of which way they go in and where they start. I started right here and I went down this way and then around, so hopefully that'll help me later when I put it all back together. Let's see, two on the bottom, two on the top. Okay. So the locks that are on the bottom of the blaster that's holding this barrel in are, they usually lock in here, in this little spot right here. They're little tabs, so you just need to pull them out. And then let's see here. I'll open this up as well. It doesn't have the screws in it yet, so. The good thing that I found out though is I was actually, at first when I was opening this, I was trying to pull this rod out. This isn't a rod. Both sides have their own thing. So that means that when you close back up, you do have to line them up, or else it's not gonna work. So let's see, take that apart real quick, I think. And I actually got this at like I think it was who was it? Not Ross, it was Marshall's, I believe, like, I don't know, 4 years ago. And it was like $25. I was like, yeah. I mean, even though it's a crapshoot in here for, you know, reverse plunger, you know, it's still good for 25 bucks. And I believe that's where I found my two Hyperfires as well. And they were like $30 each. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, if you ever want to look for cheap blasters, number one, I sell some. And then the other places are like Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and then of course Goodwill. I found one of those Fortnite shotguns, the TS or whatever. I found one of those at Goodwill. It was like, I don't know, 15 bucks. It wasn't in a box. Well, it was, but it was all loose. I didn't care. You know, it's a good steal. So that piece is coming out. Okay, there we go. I don't know if there used to be a spring in here. But I'm not sure how this works. Like, putting it together, I haven't tried to prime it yet, because this thing scares the hell out of me. It has a really big spring in it. But when you do put it back together, you need to make sure that this part is straight. It has a little slit in the middle of it that goes right along the ridge of the plunger tube right here, or I guess the loading bolt. There's a lot of gears in here. I didn't mess with any of those. The only thing that I messed with is I took this out. I sealed up some parts that had holes in them, and then just put it right back in. Like this, I believe it's on the underside, but there are 3 slits, one here, one here, one here, and then 3 more right here. So I want to cover those up because, you know, it causes the leak in your air pressure. You don't want that. Oh, so for the locks. Okay. So when this is usually in here, so you get a new blaster, right? This goes in here like this. And this little tab, if you can see it, right there, this guy. Whenever you push the barrel in, that goes up like it should. And it fits in like that, and usually there was a lock in here. And, you know, when I opened this, I basically just clamshelled it. And I think there's only like 1 or 2 screws holding both locks on each side down. So it's pretty easy, you know, to get rid of, to get out. And then on the top, the lock is actually, where is it? Well, it's not there, so now it's hard to see. It was in here. It went right along there. It kind of caught it, but the main thing that keeps it in there is that lock, the bottom one. The tutorial that I watched on it, the guy took those parts out, and then he actually ripped out this part, because you don't really need it, but I just left it in there just in case. I mean, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it doesn't interfere with the rest of the blaster, leave it. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to push back every time, so I didn't mind. Let's see. Of course, now I can't take it out. Let's see here. Yep. Let me open up this guy real quick. Actually, while I'm at it, might as well put this door in. So if this door ever comes out or falls out, it looks like that. And see how it's green? You're gonna want to put that, I believe, right along the slide there. And it goes in just like that. And I can't lift it until, well, maybe. I don't want anything to fall out, but. Well, I'll show you guys on the other side once it's closed. Because I trust myself, but not that well. But I'll show you where this little tab fits. Actually, let me show you on the other half. Yeah, there's nothing in it. Okay, so when this goes back on, this little tab shows through this little hole right here. It's carved out, and when you open it, it goes back, of course, and then goes forward. Ooh, okay, let's not touching that. So yeah, I I know some people have figured out how to make this a direct plunger instead. If I watch that video enough times and learn how to do it, I may do that. I just need to figure out how. I mean, it should be pretty straightforward because it's almost the same setup because you have the plunger tube here. You have the tube that goes in to feed the dart. And you should just be able to pull this back all the way, to the stock or whatever to stretch the spring and then somehow let it go. But the catch is right there. So it's a very weird design. I don't know why Hasbro did it like that, but they did. All right, let's get the rest of these guys out. I noticed tonight that we actually hit 150 subs, so thank you guys. That's pretty sweet. I cleaned up my garage today, so either tomorrow or what's today? Today Monday? Either tomorrow, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I'll give you the garage tour of where everything is. I don't have anything labeled, but I know where stuff is. I really do need to label stuff though. And actually, it's funny, I actually brought the labels down like a week ago to do that, and then I just totally forgot. So what I may do is I may work on the labels tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, I'll do that video because I'll have more time. Tomorrow I'm actually getting my booster vaccine because I have a depressed immune system. So like right now, after the transplant in June, my coverage now is like probably 30%. And usually the booster they said is like usual people, normal people, they usually get like half a dose because it's the recommended or the standard, I guess. But people like me with compromised immune systems, we get a whole dose. So I have a feeling that on Wednesday, I'm not going to want to be doing much with my arms because that in my shoulder, where they shoot me at, that's going to hurt a lot. And I'm probably going to be really tired. So that'll be, as they say, rest on the couch day. Let's see here. How did I see this part before? Oh, yeah. Come on. There we go. Oh, and I did see something that could be really cool tomorrow. The trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home, the second trailer, rather, is supposed to drop tomorrow. So that's exciting. Because, they've shown new posters already, showing a little bit of the Green Goblin. Like, he's like in the far distance, so you can't really see him too well. Hopefully in this trailer we see him up close. Hopefully we see the other Spider-Man. Don't know. I also read that the actor that plays Spider-Man on TV in like the 80s or 70s or something, he was mad that he wasn't asked to be in the movie. I'm like, dude, nobody remembers you. We only remember like the Spider-Man that we have known to love in the MCU. Or the Sony universe, I guess, too, because, but it's like, nobody's going to know you, and your costume is trash compared to... Sorry, but the costume on everybody else's Spider-Man looks really good compared to his. His looks like, he got out Goodwill or something. Just looks jank. Yeah. Is this screw? Oh, this screw. Oops, same there. It's apart, but it's not coming apart. Feels like something's holding it, but I can't tell what it is. It's on that side. Oh, where's flash? Yeah. There we go. Just that screw. Okay. Is there a clip I'm not seeing? See, it's separated. It's not coming apart. Feels like it's stuck. Very strange. Very strange. This is very strange. I don't remember it being this difficult to open when I opened it. Okay. I see where it could be catching, but it's totally clear. Ah, I think I see it. That's a weird place for that. Okay, so this is what we'll do. Just like it's glued. I didn't glue it. Ah, there we go. It's the actual tube inside that's stuck. Oh, there's a screw inside holding it down. I think it's actually below this screw. Where's my magnetic? If you ever need to get a screw out anywhere, this is a good idea to do if you have one of these. Just magnetize your screwdriver and then just put it in to get the screw out. Hopefully it just comes out like that, because it has enough magnetic force on it to pull something out like that. Okay, how do I get that one? Do it at an angle maybe. There we go. I think I got it. Okay. I think we got it. There we go. Finally. Okay. Actually, I need to show you on this side. Is that on that side too? Kind of. Or is it actually? Yeah, okay. Let's see how we're going to do this. I'm just going to take all the screws out for now, because I have to flip this anyways. There we go. So if you ever take apart the barrel here, you notice that the most of the screws are the same size, except for, I think, 3 of them. You know, these 2 long ones, these 2 go in the front in here, and then this little really tiny one goes right in there, right at the bottom there, pretty much the last screw on that end. And then all the others are basically the same. Okay. So if you look here, before, when the barrel was attached and wouldn't come out with the lock, there's also a lock inside this part on both sides. It's like half a piece of plastic that's round, and it has a spring with it, because the way that works is it lays on here and this spring rests right in that little groove there, and it presses it up. So that causes it to lock there as well. So, you know, if you're willing to put in the work and to get the barrel off, more power to you. I mean, I highly suggest it just because if you do want to keep both, or just keep this blaster, because now it is a little bit shorter, which is nice. You know, it could probably fit in a ammo bag pretty well. Not ammo bag, blaster bag or something. You know, it can basically condense down, which is very helpful. Let's see if we can put this back together real quick. In this case, oddly enough, it takes more effort putting this one back together than it does opening, as opposed to most other blasters and such. Putting that right there. Oh, not there. Okay. Make sure that's lined up. All Alright, that's good there. I need to screw the screw down. Yeah, before you put it together, make sure that you screw that screw inside down. So kind of, you can either do it beforehand, because the problem is it is stuck on this side. So you might need to, actually, I'm going to put it together first up to probably this one, just so I have that closed as is. So it's a little bit easier. Put that screw in. And that one. I noticed on the, what was it, the Disney Plus Day, that they actually put in voice commands for some Marvel characters and Star Wars characters on our phones for TikTok. I didn't even realize it. I haven't tested it yet, but the video's all over TikTok and stuff, so I need to try that. That's pretty cool. Especially if you can say something and then it, talks in the app for you as one of the characters. I think one of them is C-3PO, Rocket, who else? Groot, I think. Chewie, some others. But I watched what they were going to be releasing in the next, I think it was a year or a couple months. Most of it looked like TV shows, which is fine. I'm not complaining. But, this year, what was it, 2021? We had Black Widow, which was pushed back like 2 years. Then we had Shang-Chi, which came out in September, was it? And then we kind of had, I don't know if I would consider Venom versus Carnage or whatever. I think that's more of a Sony film right now, as of now. And then we have Spider-Man coming out in December. So 3 movies, I would hope that they try to do 3 movies a year. That'd be pretty nice. Okay, that screws in there, I think. Almost. Okay, there we go. And once that screws in there, this thing will pretty much close up by itself, like it just did. And then you can just put all the other screws in. Maybe I'll do a short video tomorrow morning, a little bit, showing off what's coming in the month of, this month, as well as for Christmas. Because I have my mom's gonna buy me a couple mod kits, and my dad's buying the rest of them, I believe. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm thinking about it, I may take, what's Christmas on this year? Saturday? Saturday? Because the 24th is a Friday, right? Because New Year's Eve is a Friday. What I may do is I may take a Wednesday to Wednesday off, the Wednesday before Christmas to the Wednesday after, just so I can get all my mods together, opened, figure out the instructions and whatnot, and then I'll come back on that following Wednesday with new videos of the mods and finish out that week with them. right now I'm on, what is it? Not state disability, but SSA disability, I guess, because of the transplant I had. I'm going back to work in, I think January 3rd. So I may have to upload less just because I'm going to be tired from my job. But what I'm going to try to do when that starts is the days that I feel up to doing mods, what I'll do is I'll try to do a couple at a time and then hopefully upload one per day like I'm doing right now. So hopefully that works out fine. Okay. Should be good. Let's get the other half on there. So make sure this bar is forward. And one thing that I noticed when I put this back together is this side. See this little thing? When you put it on, you need to make sure that is up, because if it stays down, it'll actually lock up your gun and you can't prime it at all, which is a pain. So you almost have to put this into position as you put it on. So what you want to do is you want to put it down. See how it's locked? So it goes down and it just, you can't do anything. So what you want to do is when you put it on, you want to push it up just a little bit so it stays in this part of the shell up here. That way it's out of the way and it will not lock. And make sure that's all closable. You almost have to manhandle it. There we go. Got the back on. Make sure the mag well can stay. Yep. There we go. All right. Let's put the barrel down here for a second. I'm gonna put a few screws in. Let's see, this one was in the, oh wait, it would help if I start where I actually started. So this one goes up here. This one goes right below that. Because I actually put this together like 3 or 4 times and that was still jamming. I was like, what's going on? And it's that little lever in there. I didn't even realize it until I saw it while I was trying to do it. I kept pushing it up, to get it out of the way, but when I primed it back and primed it forward, number one, it wasn't pressing the spring at all that's inside there. It was just going back and forth real smooth, and that was it. Because this is the part that catches. So, whenever you're working on a blaster like this, or any blaster, if you're not sure how the blaster goes back together, I think I've said this before in other videos, when you do open it, take a picture, and then just refer back to that picture if you ever get lost, because that'll lead you in the right direction. Let's see here. I know. The problem with the translucent ones is you can't really tell where the holes are until you feel them. There we go. Like that didn't even look like a hole to me. So the trigger release is being a little bit of a bug. Let me see if I can fix this right here. I think it's just a shell problem. There we go. Yeah, just the shell needed to move over a little bit before it closed. Yeah, always make sure that your shell closes flush, either before you're putting it back together or as you're putting it back together, because things could always move, slip out, you know. Luckily this thing hasn't yet, but I'm pretty far into the screws, so. I think it's like 11:30 or something right now, so this vid may go up tomorrow, Tuesday, but you know, it'll be super early, so it's like it's like seeing it on Monday. Okay, where's this guy? We sure that goes there? Yeah. Okay, that goes there, and there, there, one up there, one here, one in there. There. Put those together. That's what I just did. Stay in there. I thought about painting this, but I kind of like the see-through too much. The only thing that I would paint this with is I would make it totally transparent, like white transparent, you know, like clear. Or translucent, I guess. That'd be pretty cool. I noticed that, what was it, X-Shot, the X-Shot company, they're bringing out their Meteor and Chaos blasters in a translucent look, so that basically it's just a reskin. It looks pretty cool though. I thought about trading in the, which one is it? The long one. Is that the Chaos? Yeah, Chaos, because the other one's a Meteor. About selling that one and getting the translucent of that one. The Meteor. You know my opinion on that one, so I won't go into it. I might just get rid of that one just cause. I'm hopefully getting a red Adventure Force Spectrum for Christmas, and I also want a mod for that one, and so it's gonna be black and red. If I get that, I will be selling my green Spectrum because my colors are usually black and red. So if anybody wants to take that off my hands after Christmas, let me know. There's always a screw port hiding there. I'm actually going to do that one real quick, because I know I will forget it. I'm kind of thinking of taking this last screw out and putting that long one in there, because putting a small one in there doesn't make sense, because up here, these are all small screws. So yeah, I'll probably take that one out and put it there. It even sounds like it shouldn't be in there, you know? There we go. I mean, this one's pretty long, but it's not long enough to be validated for staying right there. I'm going to put that one, place this right there. Take this long one, put it in the back. Because usually the long ones go through the most space. So you want one, usually you want one in the front, one in the back. Just to keep the sandwich tight. Yeah, I think I only shopped 3 or 4 places for all my Halloween gifts. Or Halloween, Christmas. Amazon, of course. Etsy, of course. France Foamworks. And what else? Oh, Best Buy. For Best Buy's just for movies, basically, though. I'm not sure if I told the story before, but I was trying to order the last thing on my list from my dad for me that he has to wrap, and it was from France Foamworks. And for some reason, I was having a problem checking out, because the Flux Redux kit that I wanted to get, you know, it's just one item. I think it came to like $56 with tax and shipping and all. So it wasn't too bad. And I pay with PayPal usually. So I went to PayPal, and went to go pay, but the what the app was doing is, you know, when you pay with PayPal, it says, okay, you choose this payment method or card or whatever, and then it says, okay, we'll take you back to the website that you're paying the product for, right? Well, this time it kept spinning. It says that it was going to France Foamworks, but then it took me right back to PayPal, to the same page that I had tried to get out of. So it was very frustrating. So I emailed France Foamworks, and a couple hours later, he actually called me. I forgot he had my number, but I had it when I registered on the site. So that was really cool of him. He said that he had been having a little bit of a trouble with that stuff going on. So, you know, he just sent me a straight invoice to my PayPal, worked it all out. Very simple. Actually, it's almost simpler doing an invoice. Well, I told him about this channel. Hopefully he's watching it. Because I told him basically, I talk about modding, and I do mods, and I do reviews, and, pretty much anything quote unquote foam blaster related. And he said that he'd also throw in something a little extra in that pack, so that'll be exciting when I get that. Should be very interesting. I don't know what he would send me else, but it's always nice to be not really recognized, but it's nice to have some support from, like, the bigger players, because I'm not paid by anybody, or I don't have somebody that usually buys blasters for me. It all comes out of my pocket, so I'm not sent any of these. So when somebody actually sends one or sends something to help with one, it's greatly appreciated. That means I can do more videos for you guys, of course. So I get the pleasure of working on it. You guys get the pleasure of watching me work on it. So it's a good deal. Okay, there's one screw port missing a screw, and I don't know where it is. Oh, did I screw that in? Yeah. Those are all done, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, it's closed enough. If I find it, I'll find it later. Is it on the barrel? Let's see here. Nope, that's all together. All right, let's make sure it primes correctly. That trigger system in there is horrible. Well, I'm gonna have to open this back up, but I primed it, so it is primed right now. That's why this locks. And then, I should just be able to pull this. But I noticed inside the trigger mechanism is like this bar, and it's supposed to push, but it's very finicky. So, I don't think I'll do another video on this. I'll do that outside, because then you just gotta watch me do all the unscrewing it and all, and going back in there for one simple piece. But essentially, that's how it works, And then the barrel will just go on just like that. And it's not, it's not coming off with a lot of jinking around and stuff. But eventually, I want to find out how to make this a direct plunger. B, I want to fix this whole setup if I can. Eventually, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want this thing to shoot short darts, because I think it'd shoot really hard. Probably at least 150, so that'd work out cool. Plus it looks snappery, put a scope on it, paint it black and orange, black and red, something pretty cool. I think it'd be a good little project. But other than that, guys, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Please like, follow, and share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.